Monica, who are you and what do you do?
So my name is Monica Ravichandran. I'm a South Asian beauty content creator. I do makeup tips, makeup tutorials, and I feel like most people know me for my no BS reviews and the color theory test. And yeah.
You left tech to be a beauty influencer. Why?
So I think it was less of a matter of I feel like whenever I tell people that, they think it's like something insane happened or like I got laid off. But what really happened was it was simple. I just burned out. I was a software engineer and product manager for 3 years in San Francisco, all while also being a content creator. And my days were insane. I would wake up at 5 a.m. to work out. I would work from like 9 to 5, 9 to 6. I'd maybe take a 30-minute break to like eat when I got home, and then I would film like all night essentially. So after 3 years, I honestly was getting really, really sick, and I'm not someone who gets sick pretty like at least that much. So at some point after like the 4th round of being sick, I was like, I have to choose. This is getting a little much. And by that point, after 3 years of doing content creation, my lipstick color theory test had taken off, and I feel like I had gained quite a bit of a community and seen quite a bit of pretty steady financial success. So I felt that I could quit my job and pursue content creation full time. I don't think it was a matter of like a day of like, okay, today I'm just gonna do it. I feel like it was a gradual period of like over 6 months of when I decided that this was no longer serving me. And I knew that if I kept going, that mentally I probably would not be in a very good spot.
First job ever?
My first job ever, I guess this counts. It was for like 2 summers or so. I would run the shot clock for water polo games. It's very random, but I used to play water polo. I used to be a water polo player all through high school, and yeah, I was like probably minimum wage and do it. And I was literally just, I don't even know how to explain it because it's a very niche sport, but like it's like a clock that you like every like I don't even remember how it works now, but like it kind of, the time turns over, I believe, after 30 seconds or whatever it is. So someone has to run that actual clock. And damn, that was a crazy time just thinking about that.
Earliest memory ever?
Earliest memory ever? I don't know. I feel like one of my earliest memories that I can think of was maybe dressing up as, so when I was very young, this is really random. When I was very young, I distinctly remember having like the most insane Pooh Bear collection. Like I was so obsessed with Winnie the Pooh and Pooh Bear that I literally would ask my dad to get me life-size versions of like Winnie the Pooh and all of the characters. Like I literally had Eeyore, Christopher Robin, all life-size like Winnie the Pooh characters at the ripe old age of like, I think it was like 3 years old, I want to say. And those are definitely my favorite toys to play with growing up. And I loved Winnie the Pooh so much that I remember, I think it was my 3rd or 4th birthday, one of those, my dad brought home all of the life-size versions of the Winnie the Pooh characters. And I just remember crying because I was so happy that he did that for me. And I think the full circle moment was I recently got married in August, and my dad gave a speech. On the end of the speech was, I'm so happy. Monica was obsessed with Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh growing up, and now Monica has found her Christopher Robin because my husband's name is Chris. So he was dying to make that joke probably since I met Chris, and his name was Chris. So I thought, yeah, I don't know why that was one of my first memories, but just the one I thought about.
What's your biggest fear?
What is my biggest fear? I would say I've grown to be somewhat of a fearless person, but I feel like my biggest fear, I would say, yeah, my biggest fear, I think this also touches on a little bit of an insecurity, is probably not like doing my best and putting my best effort in, but that's still not being enough. Because you only can do your best, right? And at some point in time, like then it becomes like kind of now what? And I think that sort of plays into my current job because it definitely isn't like a 9 to 5. And that's the downside of it. It fluctuates, ebbs and flows, and every single day is extremely different, which is something that I have learned to love and grow to appreciate. But that being said, like there is something in me that wonders, like, I'm doing my best and I love what I'm doing right now, but what if that is not enough? And I think that definitely roots in anxiety, and that's something that I've always tried to work through in therapy. But I think I've worked also on some self-soothing mechanisms. So every time I have those thoughts, which are inevitable, I kind of try to tell myself that, well, if it's not enough, then I will figure out something else that is.
If you hadn't become a beauty creator, what would you be doing right now?
I probably would be still in tech. So my last job right before I quit was a product manager at an influencer marketing agency. So I was able to kind of mix like the beauty side of things and the influencer side of things with tech. So I was building like tech tools for other creators. I was interviewing other creators, and I actually really did like the job. So I almost would say like I would be on either the marketing, like the behind the scenes of influencer marketing, or maybe for a beauty brand, helping marketing with a beauty brand. So I definitely see myself still in the business, just maybe more like the behind the scenes of it rather than where I kind of like sit now, I guess, since that's the question.
What inspired your focus on brown girl makeup beauty?
Well, I mean, I think the easiest answer for that is, well, me myself being like a brown girl, like I have always struggled with my makeup and skincare and just hair my entire life. Like I grew up extremely insecure, and my mom had really fair skin, and my dad had really deep skin. So I was somewhere in the middle, and growing up, I mentioned I played water polo, so I did end up having really deep skin growing up because I was in the sun all the time. So because of that, I feel like and the deep-rooted colorism in the South Asian community, I had developed definitely a leave inferiority complex, but a lot of insecurities surrounding my skin color. And back then, I was maybe the darkest shade, and if not even having a shade. And I feel like I distinctly remember like walking into Sephora. I think I was like 12. And the insane part is, for some reference, I'm now a MAC 50, NC 50, which is like a medium deep shade. And back then I would probably say I'm a MAC NC 55, so even deeper than that. And I remember the Sephora employee shade matching me to Punjab, which is a very light medium shade. And I took a sample of it. I went home and I was just like shook. And maybe it was the Sephora lighting that day that was playing games with us, but that just made me feel so sad because I had a lot of skin issues growing up. I had pretty severe acne, and I used foundation and makeup as a way to help cover up those insecurities. I feel like now my relationship with makeup has changed a lot because I mostly really enjoy the act of putting it on more than actually wearing it. And it definitely does give me confidence, but I also do now feel confident without wearing it. But growing up, it was definitely this dependency, and my content aims to just help other brown girls feel more confident in their own skin, and hopefully give them makeup tips and makeup recommendations that I wish I had growing up, because I feel like back in those days, like the influencer space was predominantly white, and I feel like taking those makeup recommendations as someone with darker skin and olive undertones at that too didn't work. And I would always be really disappointed in the makeup products that I would purchase. So I feel like my aim kind of comes from the struggles that I felt growing up.
What's the biggest mistake you see in how brands formulate for deeper or olive skin tones?
So after doing a lot of lab consulting, something that I have learned is that brands are just benchmarking they're just mostly benchmarking Fenty and MAC's foundation ranges. And while Fenty and MAC's foundation ranges are pretty good, that's also why we're not really seeing innovation in the shade ranges, because they're just copying the shade and calling it a day without doing, I would argue, market research, whether that shade is like people in that shade range are like happy with that shade or not. Additionally, a lot of brands, not all, but a lot of brands are not testing the darker foundation shades on people, on like human skin. A lot of times that they either won't test it on human skin or someone that shade. I've heard that they use like a plastic sort of swatch, but plastic is not skin, right? And I think the main other issue is the lack of understanding of undertones in the deeper skin range. I think for a while people thought that black and brown girls could only be like a warmer undertone, so a lot of our foundations tend to run warm when not all of us are warm. So I think the solution would be benchmarking I think exists for a reason, but I think we need to, in order to see innovation and actually strive for improvement, make a change to benchmark, but make changes to that benchmark shade and do more research about that shade range to understand what are the problems in that shade category.
Your hashtag lipstick color theory went viral. How did you come up with that concept?
What's funny is I never thought in my life that would be the video that put my content like on the charts. I distinctly remember it was 2022, so before I quit my corporate job 3 years ago now, which is crazy. Me and my friend Jasmine were signed to the same manager and flew out to LA from San Francisco to do a bunch of brand meetings. So, and at one of these brand meetings was Pixie Beauty, and they gave us this like mauve pink liquid lipstick. And Jasmine and I, who has really fair skin, she's like Filipina, half like Irish, I believe, but she has really fair skin and cool undertones, and I'm medium deep neutral olive undertones. So we swatched it on our hand, and I was like, oh, that could be like a fun video to kind of like make. I'd already kind of like started being known for brown girl makeup and talking about inclusivity. So I thought this would be like a really good problem-solving way to show people why this is a problem. And we made a video that like showing a full face of how different makeup, the same shade of different makeup products looked on two different skin tones. And I think that video across different platforms accumulatively got like 20 million views. But then there were tons of comments from people saying that no way that's the same lipstick. So I responded to a video. We were literally in the Los Angeles airport. That's what's insane. And I responded to that video saying it's color theory. And we both just swatched the lipstick with no cuts to prove that it was the same lipstick. And that was the video that went extremely viral. It amassed like I want to say like 70 to 100 million views across 3 different platforms. And I was being like interviewed for it for a while, and it was actually insane. Something that I thought was so kind of like remedial became this like insane phenomenon. And what's crazy is that first video went viral 3 years ago, but when we still make these videos to this day, the videos still go really viral and people really enjoy it. So I would even argue like it's not even like a trend. It's like I would say it's like a thing, just like how I would say it's a part of the conversation of inclusivity, which is why I think people find it very interesting. And I think it'll probably stay trending forever, because I literally posted a video doing it yesterday with my friend and it still went viral. So it's really crazy.
You released your first ever red lipstick. Congrats, by the way. How did you land on this shade of red?
Yeah, so I co-released this lipstick with Mob Beauty, and honestly the story is really crazy because exactly a year ago, on my birthday, I went on the perfect red lip search, and where I tried on a ton of different red lipsticks to try to find a shade that not only matched my skin tone and undertone, but also matched my wedding outfit. And that was the hard part, because online, I didn't want to give away the surprise of my like wedding outfit, my wedding lehenga. And so I feel like people thought I was going on a goose chase for this red lip, but I was very particular. I just couldn't show people the shade online. So around like I want to say like 6 or 7 months, or no, it was like last February. Like I'd already had a really good relationship with the Mob Beauty team. I love their makeup products, and the CEO of Mob Beauty actually used to be the one of the co-founders of MAC and the head cosmetic chemist of MAC. And it just so happens that a lot of the lipsticks that I was reviewing in this series were also MAC. So when like around this February, oh my God, it's 20, yeah, this February-ish, like January, February, they like reached out for me to come into the lab. And at first I was like unsure if I wanted to make the red lipstick or not, but we ended up going to the lab. I ended up making a few different red lipsticks, and I still wasn't happy with it. So the second time I went to the lab, which was in like March or April, that's when we ended up finding the right shade. And I think what makes it unique is that we were really trying to find a shade that where I arrived before the lipsticks. I think coming back to like benchmarking, this whole benchmarking and lab consulting process, a lot of brands will benchmark MAC Russian Red and MAC Ruby Woo and call it a day and label it as universal. But red lipstick has as much nuance as nude lipsticks, and that's what people I think don't understand. Just because a lipstick is not ashy or it's not like gray or whatever it is doesn't mean it's universal. Like I could put orange lipstick on and that could be marketed as universal. So that was, I would say, the problem of it. Me and the Mob Beauty team like really worked on trying to find a shade that worked for olive skin tones, darker skin, and one that also matched my wedding lehenga, which was really important to me. And I think within the ingredients itself, in order to get a cleaner color that was also slightly desaturated, we added just a tinge of purple and we desaturated it using like black pigment versus a lot of black and green pigment, versus a lot of like red lipsticks on the market are mostly just like red and yellow pigments and blue pigments sometimes too to make it cooler or warmer. So I think that's how we were able to achieve like such a good neutral dark red shade that also like works across a variety of skin tones. That being said, I didn't market it as universal because there's no such thing as the perfect red lip, and that was the whole point of the series.
You sold 2,000 units in 24 hours. How did you feel?
That was honestly really crazy. And more than that, it was like 2,000 of the entire, it was 3,000 of the entire lip kit itself. So we ended up selling like the lip kit with the lip liner and the lipstick, and we also sold the blush separately. And I think in a week or so, the entire lip kit sold out. And I just remember feeling really proud because the feedback that I had received from my community from that lipstick was that they were really happy that I made my own lipstick, but also was able to share it with them. Did that entire search receive some like clapbacks, or I don't know what the word is, like haters? Well, of course, but I think at the end of the day, it's makeup and nothing is that serious. So people really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And I was able to give something to my community and my internet bridesmaids that was meaningful and be able to take people on this story that meant a lot to me and my family.
What's one piece of advice that can help anyone perfect their makeup?
Ooh, one piece of advice know your undertone. I feel that's honestly 80% of most people's problems, because like I feel like application and technique, that's all great, but if you don't know your undertone, you're picking the wrong shades, or at least for complexion, the wrong shades like foundation, concealer. I think there's more creative freedom with blush and eyeliner and lipstick with shades like that, of course. But at least with like base makeup products, like there's a reason it's called foundation, because it's literally the foundation of like your entire makeup. So knowing your undertone is half the battle of that, and being able to find a shade match is the other half battle.
What's your holy grail product that never leaves your bag?
Never leaves my bag. Ooh. Honestly, the Edam lip balms right now. I feel like it does change every few years because makeup changes. Every few years, there's a better iteration of what once was based on the market. So, but right now, it's the Edam lip balm.
What's one skincare step you'll never skip, no matter how tired you are?
Some sort of moisturizer. Right now it's my Laneige Cream Skin Toner. I will not go to bed without my Laneige Cream Skin Toner. I would say that is my holy grail product, but it's not in my makeup, in my purse, because that's something that I do at home. But I've gone through so many bottles of that milky toner, and it makes my makeup look so good and my skin just super juicy.
What's your trick for faking a full night's sleep?
Color correcting. Color correcting and concealer. My two best friends. Yeah, I don't know what I would do without color corrector. I wear it every single day. I have it on now. I will not leave the house without color corrector, otherwise I look like a dead zombie.
When your skin freaks out, what's your emergency fix?
Ooh, I would say I have two. My emergency fix is I really like I break out pretty easily but recently it's to help the breakouts if I'm traveling. It's the Murad sulfur mask. See, sulfur is a really underrated ingredient if you break out, and I was breaking out like pretty badly recently, and I came home, I put that on for like every other day for like a week, and my skin like fully cleared back up again. Honestly, I think the lesson of that is that I should just bring it up when I travel. The other one is actually red light therapy. I've been loving and using the Shark Cryo Glow face mask, and that has been really helping reduce my breakouts, which I think after answering this question, I should probably be bringing both of these when I travel because they clearly work.
What's your go-to get ready in 10 minutes routine?
Ooh, go to get ready in 10 minutes routine. I actually do this all the time because I'm always running late. It's probably the NARS Pot Concealer. That thing can cover up all the mistakes in my life. And then color corrector. I like the Morphe one. And then I'll usually have some sort of like skin tint or foundation. Probably like lately I've been liking the Lumi Matte foundation. Powder. And then I'll put a powder blush and a lip balm, and I'll call it a day. I won't do anything for the eyes because I don't got time.
Best hack for second day or third day hair?
Ooh, so I have really curly hair, and this is a product. It's not even a product, it's a tool that I've been obsessed with since it came out. It's the Conair Infinity Pro Steamer. So there have been studies and there's been tons of videos that show that like curly hair really likes steam. So in order to just refresh my curls, I will just use this steamer. But what's nice is it's not as hot as like a regular steamer, because like if you use like a clothing steamer, it could burn your like skin and your hair or whatever. So it's like a steamer but at a lower temperature, but it really helps revive my curls. I really literally use it like right before this too.
How do you describe your own style outside of makeup?
Ooh, I would say it's definitely bold and somewhat like artistic. Like I wouldn't say I'm the most artsy person, but I really like fun colors and I really like fun shapes. It's rare that you'll see me out and about with a really plain or boring outfit. And I will be honest, I am one of those girls who I either wear no makeup or just a little bit of makeup to cover up like my blemishes, or I wear a full glam. Like I love the sparkly eye, give me the duochrome shimmers. Like I'm a big like color person, so I feel like that's my style. Bold, somewhat creative, and colorful.
How do you decompress after a long content day?
Ooh, well, I feel like a snob kind of saying this, but lately it's been going into my hot tub. We recently moved to a new house, which has a really nice like hot tub and like spa pool thing. It's a really small pool, so that's why I'm saying it's a spa. And after a really long filming day, I literally did this yesterday. It was like working until like 8 p.m. and we just got in the pool and decompressed for like an hour.
How do you manage online criticism or negative comments?
Well, I'll be honest, at the end of the day, I'm human, so I will not lie, like certain comments do hurt more than others, but I feel like the benefit of content creation is that it's made me a lot stronger. So don't get me wrong, I feel like the initial response when I see like something awful, usually made about my integrity, I it hurts. But I will sit there and I'll think for a second, like that person doesn't really know me. Like I'll like try to flip the narrative because I actually did narrative therapy for like a few years and that really, really helped. So I'll try to flip the narrative of like, oh, this person thinks of me that way, and I'll flip it like, well, they don't really know me and they're probably having a terrible day. Because something that I've learned about doing, after doing this, being on social media for 5 years, almost 6 years, is that healthy, happy people don't go online and spread negativity or hate. Usually the people who are going online and either like really criticizing people and really hateful and commenting a lot of nasty things are people who are hurt themselves. So once I kind of like realized that, I kind of reverse psychology and I just move on throughout my day.
What's the strangest item you have in your purse right now?
Strange enough to go look. Could I
prove it?
I don't think I have any strange items, to be honest. I guess we're gonna find out. We have like a makeup product in here. Okay, so this is my Dior saddlebag. Let's see what we have here. I have literally nothing. I guess you could say I have my second phone that's currently uploading a video so my editor can edit it. I don't know if that's weird. And I have here a lip balm. This is the Experiment Beauty Software Lip Balm. But honestly, this bag, it doesn't hold much, so it's not like I can hold very many things in here.
Red lipstick or nude?
Red. Now. Last year would have been nude lip for sure, but after going on the journey to find my perfect red lipstick, it has made me feel a lot more confident and made me feel more like myself and made me feel just honestly like a bad bitch. So, and I think that's the whole point of trying to find your perfect red lipstick. It's more than makeup, it's a feeling. And I think people forget that beauty is a feeling.
Matte finish or dewy finish?
Matte. Just because I'm oily. I like how dewy looks, I'll be honest. But I feel like it's not practical, especially with like makeup wearing a really long period of time. Like maybe if you've got really dry skin and your skin doesn't produce more oil, but I will just look like an oil slick, like someone fried chicken on my face if I do dewy makeup.
Bold eye or bold lip?
I'm kind of both, depending on the mood. But I feel like lately I've been doing more of a bold eye. Mm-hmm.
Favorite makeup era? 90s, 2000s, or today?
2000s. No offense, today's really boring. It's like, I think more fun, colorful makeup looks are coming back. But for a while, it was like one dot of concealer and call it a day.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Sneakers or heels?
Heels.
Favorite music while you do your makeup?
Charlie XCX. Is that hyperpop? I really like hyperpop.
One makeup item you would save in a fire?
Ooh, my Laneige cream skin toner.
One food you absolutely hate?
Ooh. What food do I literally hate? I'm not the pickiest person. Oh, anything with a green bean in it. Green bean casserole. I'm sorry, like I'm Indian, so I'm saying this as it's about to be recency bias, but I'm South Asian, so I never celebrated Thanksgiving until I met my husband, who's white, and his mom loves making like the traditional Thanksgiving meals. So I really struggle with the green bean casserole, man. I'm like, can we put some like pepper on it and like paprika? I don't know. Give me some garam masala on that. Maybe I'll eat it. But something about the green beans, I can't do it.
Is there a conspiracy theory you actually believe?
Ooh, a conspiracy theory that I actually believe. Well, I think this is just in general, but I feel like all of the bad marketing trends that have been happening, like, I don't know, like Matt Rife with Elf Beauty and whatever. Those are all and Sydney Sweeney and the Jeans. Those are all just intentional rage bait because they know that. I guess that's less of a conspiracy and more of a fact, in my opinion, because they know that people will get pissed off. So, but that's a way to like gain more publicity or whatever it is. And they always say bad publicity is still publicity.
What's a superstition you somewhat believe in?
Superstition that I somewhat believe in. I wouldn't say I'm like very superstitious. I don't have any.
What scares you?
What scares me? What scares? Oh, this is, I guess, kind of relevant, but what scares me is maybe I'm having like a bad day or like the worst day ever or stomach ache or IBS symptoms or whatever it may be, and someone comes up to me and recognizes me in public, and then I have to fake whatever the hell I'm doing. This is really specific, but it's happened before. You know, but my goal is if anyone like meets me in person, I don't care how crabby I look, I will always try my best to show up as like the happy person I am online. I think everyone has a bad day, but that also doesn't excuse you for being a bad person.
One thing you can't live without.
One thing I can't live without. Can it be anything?
Yeah.
My dog and my husband. I can't believe he's gonna watch this and then he's gonna see that I said the dog first and then he's gonna get mad. I'm sorry, Chris.
What's been your proudest creator moment so far?
Well, I have one coming up that I can't really share, but it has to do with potentially another collab / consulting thing. But I would definitely say my Mob Beauty. I feel like everything was super organic. And I think the power of storytelling is when the story feels and is as organic as it is. And I got to be able to share that and have that be such a big moment for my career and just my life in general, because it was also part of like my wedding. And my mom was in the campaign too. And having South Asian parents, like they didn't always approve of my job. And eventually my parents came around, and the fact that my mom is in that red lipstick campaign with me just feels like honestly crazy and pretty full circle.
What legacy do you hope to leave behind?
Ooh. I feel like the legacy that I hope to leave behind has more to do with the legacy that I hope to leave behind is to empower other brown girls to also not only feel confident in their own skin and women of color in general, but to also continue like my legacy and do the same as kind of what I did, like feel proud enough to be able to share like either any like beauty tips or whatever it may be in this sort of like niche, I guess you could call it, with other women in the future.
What's your rating of the sit?
5 out of 5. Of course, I can't be here and not give it a 5 out of 5. The lights went